Rangers Journal.
Hello, welcome to the Rangers Journal. My name is Kai Watson, and today I'm going to look at five number 10s I think Rangers could sign this summer. I want to caveat this by saying I really hope Rangers get rid of the number 10 position. I'd much rather we play with a flat three in midfield. I just don't think the number 10's really worked out. I feel like with the number 10, Clement and the style he wants to play, he wants the number 10 to drop in deep defensively. We don't really have any player in there with the legs to do that. The players that I'm going to name do have the legs to do that, but again, I'd just rather we go with the flat three in midfield, like a six and a two eights. Just think it works out much better, especially when it comes to old firm games. But anyway, lots of people have been asking for this, a lot of people interested in kind of Rangers improving the number 10 position. So I've got a list of five players. I'm going to look at them and kind of talk about their strengths and weaknesses and what they could add if we do decide to stick with the number 10. It'll be interesting to see how the team lines up tomorrow. If Tom Lawrence is playing, if he is playing as a 10, or if he's playing as an advanced state and a more flat three. But won't that until tomorrow. So, going to look at these five number 10s and let's get started. First player we're going to look at is Ianis Hagi, 22 years old, Swedish, 5'10", currently plays for Odense in Denmark. Transfer market and valued at 850k. Look at some of his key stats: 29 appearances, 26 starts, 3 goals and 6 assists, 253 minutes per goal contribution, 85.1% pass accuracy, 68.6% long ball accuracy, just under 2 chances created per 90, just under 60% dribble success, fell 2.4 times per 90 and 51.7% duels won. Can obviously play a bit deeper as a more advanced 8, can play on the left hand side, but he's mostly played as a 10. Look at some of his percentiles from last season: 96th percentile for touches, 83rd percentile for chances created, 84th for defensive actions among attacking midfielders. A really quality player, and I genuinely think he's the biggest bargain that's on the list. One of the biggest bargains out there in the market if you're looking for a young player that's still developing. Obviously, he's 22. He's not a youngster by any means, but he's still got plenty of room to develop. And again, looking at that transfer market value, you could probably get him for somewhere between 2 and 3 million. Been really impressive since he went to Odense. Previously played for Herenveen as well, so he's got a good experience at decent levels. And then he's just a quality player on the ball. We can create chances. Looking at those chances created, just under 2 per game. The 3 goals and 6 assists as well, getting the 9 goal contributions from 26 starts. And he's a quality player, good passer of the ball, good at making space for himself, and obviously has the ability to thread the ball through for others, something that's been massively lacking. And I think if you get a player of that quality at that age available in that price bracket, it's a no-brainer. So if you're looking for not a cheaper option by any means, but a player that still has room to develop and a player you can buy in and sell for millions, I think Rami Alhaj is a really good start. Next player we're going to look at is Amy Youngboy. He's 21 years old, he's Dutch, 6 foot, currently plays for NEC Breda. Transfer market and valued at 1.25 million. Look at some of his stats from last season: 25 appearances, 21 from the start, 7 goals and 5 assists, 157 minutes per goal contribution, 84.4% pass accuracy, 76.3% long ball accuracy, 1.53 chances created per 90, 65.9% dribble success per 90, foul 1.43 times per 90, and 51.9% duels won. Can obviously play as a 10, obviously that's what the video is all about. Can play as a more advanced state as well, and he is capable of playing up top. Just look at some of his percentiles for last season. So 92nd for touches, 63rd for chances created, 68th for goal, 54th for shots attempts as well. Just a very good all round player. He did spend last season in the Eerste Divisie, so the second tier in Dutch football, but NEC are going to be playing in the Eredivisie next season, so he's going to have a chance to showcase himself on that stage unless someone gets in there beforehand. Obviously, that transfer market value is just over a million. I think again you'd be looking at somewhere between 2 and 4 million to get him in. But at 21 years old, showing those numbers, the 12 goal contributions from 21 starts, 157 minutes per goal contribution as well. Good pass of the ball, really good long passing numbers. He doesn't attempt too many per game, but still getting that success level is incredible. Good amount of chances created, really good dribble numbers, just a really tidy player on the ball. Again, like Al Hadji's good at creating space for himself and others, good at getting out of tricky spots. Got really good feet, decent burst of pace, just a really talented young player, and a lot of players recently have managed to make that step up from the Dutch second tier to bigger leagues, not just Eredivisie, but moving to top leagues as well. You look at Delinga, who obviously had a brilliant season in the Eerste Divisie and then moved to Toulouse, and he's now got a bigger move as well. I don't think it's a league that we should turn our nose up at. Players have came from there and done really well. So looking at looking at Ongba, he's 21 years old and he's managed to perform to that level. He came through Feyenoord at youth level. He's obviously had a bit of something about when he was younger. He's managed to show last season that he's developing well, like he turned into a real quality player. So again, if you're looking for a player that's maybe not at the level you want them to be just now, but they're still at a good level you want them to develop, I think he's a brilliant option and one a lot of clubs should be looking at this summer. Next, we'll take our standard trip in these videos to South America. So, Jason Guzman, 26 years old, is Colombian, he's 5'7", currently plays for Deportes Tolima. Transfer market him valued at 2.2 million. Look at some of his key stats, and these are incredible numbers. A player I was really excited to look into. 16 appearances, 15 starts, 10 goals, 4 assists, 95 minutes per goal contribution, 83.8% pass accuracy, 58.1% long ball accuracy, an incredible 3.19 chances created per 90, 44.8% dribble success, foul 1.77 times per 90, 48.1% duels won. Look at his strengths there. I didn't have the radar from Guzman, so it's SofaScore to get some of the data there. So has his strengths listed as consistency, playmaking, and penalty taking. I mean, the consistency in playmaking is a big thing that we've been lacking, isn't it? We've had players that are good in the 10 in spells. Obviously, Cantwell's had his time where he was excellent, or it's a game here and there. Same with Tom Lawrence. Lawrence has looked good in pre season, but he's also looked knackered after about 30 40 minutes. So I don't know how much he's going to last. You can obviously say the same for Hagi as well. We've had lots of players that have been in the position that have done well here and there, but never anyone really consistently. Never anyone that's had those goal contributions over the course of the season. It's just been in dribs and drabs. Someone like Guzman has managed it over 16 games, having 14 goal contributions, averaging 95 minutes per one as well. Again, a really, really tidy player. He's brilliant on the ball. He reminds me of Almiron, actually. Almiron when he went to Newcastle. He's just really tidy with the ball at his feet, good at beating a man, good at knowing when to pass. Decision making is really good. That obviously comes into play with the consistency. Knows when to shoot, knows when to pop it off. Really talented footballer. And I know there'll be teams in Europe that have been looking at him. There's also teams in South America. There's a lot of money being splashed around the likes of Brazil, and I know there's been teams from there that have been looking at him as well. So he's 26 years old, and the form of his life just about to hit his prime. So he would absolutely ready or be ready to come in and hit the ground running right away. So if you're looking for a more first team ready option, he might not have as big a sell on as other players, but Guzman is someone that's going to come in and add instant quality, and I think that's something that the team might actually need. Next player is a player that over YouTube comments, over Twitter, I've been asked to cover for a while now, and this is the first time I actually cover them. So Tierno Ballo, 22 years old, he's Austrian, 5'8", currently plays for Wolfsberger. Transfer market having valued at 2.5 million. Look at some of his key stats. 27 appearances last season, 25 from the start, 12 goals, 3 assists, 132 minutes per goal contribution, 73.5% pass accuracy, 68.8% long ball accuracy, just under one chance created per 90, 47.1% dribble success, fouled just over one times per 90, and 35.3% duels won. Obviously, look at the positions in the right hand side. It shows left wing, right wing, striker, and centre mid. So he can play all across the front, even up front as well. But he did spend most of his time, or the majority of his time, playing in the number 10 role. A really exciting young player, came through at Chelsea and then went back to Austria to Wolfsbergers to kind of get the game time, help develop his game at a first team level instead of just cutting about the youth levels at Chelsea. Look at some of his percentiles. So 93rd percent for goals, 73rd for shot attempts, 47 for touches. The chances created listed aren't as high because he's obviously listed as a winger, so he's compared to other wingers, but he did spend the majority of time playing as a 10. He is a decent creator, but he's one of those players that's going to get you more goals, more like if you're a fan of Football Manager, the kind of shadow striker role that he's going to be arriving from deep. He's going to be that player that's in the box a lot of the time. So you still need, if you're having him in, you still need a lot of creation from your wings, from your deeper line midfielders. It's not to say he can't create. He obviously is capable. Got the 3 assists last season, just under one chance created per 90. He is a capable creator. He's obviously good at carrying the ball, good pace, loves beating a man. So he's the type of player that would be very exciting, but he's not the solo number 10 or the solo creator that you'd have in the squad. You'd need to have other creators round about him, unless you obviously brought him in to play on the wing. But I did include him in the list because he spent most of his time there last season. So I don't think it's really cheating, even though he can cover all areas of the pitch and he also played there as well. So a really exciting player and one I know a lot of people are fans of. I don't know how much Wolfsburg will be looking for him. Transfer market obviously having valued at 2.5 million. So it'll be interesting to see if you can kind of test the water with that and see what kind of fee they'd be looking for. But a really exciting player. Again, we're looking for cover, we're looking for depth. So someone that can play as a 10 and can play in both wings. It'd be a no-brainer if you can get him for a decent price, especially with him only being 22 and still having more room to develop. I think Tiano Ballo could be a great option to not only provide cover but to provide quality right now. Last player we're going to look at is one I'm not sure is overly realistic, 'cause I know he's got a lot of fans recently after Ipswich played Dusseldorf in a friendly. So Shinta Appelkamp, 23 years old, German, 5'8", transfer market valued at 2.5 million. Looking at his key stats from last season, 25 appearances, 19 from the start, 3 goals and 10 assists, 131 minutes per goal contribution, 83% pass accuracy, 60.7% long ball accuracy, an incredible 3.38 chances created per 90, 60% dribble success, fill 1.06 times per 90, and wins 54.2% of duels. Looking at those percentiles, obviously the main one that stands out is the 100 for chance creation, means no one created more chances in that bracket than him last season. Also 75th for goals, 76th for shot attempts. What an incredibly talented player and one I really enjoyed watching the footage of. Like I said, Ipswich recently played Dusseldorf in a friendly and he was one of the players that stood out, and people that hadn't watched him before now will definitely be looking at him because he's just a brilliant creator, really good on the ball, intelligent, knows when to pass, knows when to take the man on. I think this would be an absolutely incredible signing. Obviously, transfer market valued at 2.5 million. Dusseldorf are staying in Bundesliga too, which might drive his price down a wee bit, but I can imagine most teams in Germany will be looking at him actually. Maybe not the likes of Bayern Munich, but anybody under kind of Bayern or Bayer with that kind of quality. I just think he'd add a lot to the squad. Like I say, his intelligence is the main thing in his chance creation. Obviously, 3.38 chances created per 90 is James Tavernier numbers. So that shows you the level you're talking with the quality of passing, the vision, the decision making. A really, really talented player, and he could have represented Japan, but he decided to represent Germany. He's represented them at under 21 level. I don't know if that will change in the future, but he obviously fancies himself to break through into the German setup, and I think he just needs that move to step him up a level and just to take him there. And I think Rangers could be that. Depending on the money you get for Cantwell and Hagi, you're probably going to have to sink it all into Applecamp, but I think it'd be a really smart investment. I think he's a player that's going to go for a lot of money in the future after he gets his next move. So again, please go watch the footage. He's a really exciting player to watch and one I'll be keeping an eye on and what he does this summer. So thank you so much for watching. That is 5 players in the number 10 position I think could improve the Rangers starting lineup this season. Again, like I said though, I'd really prefer that we go to the flat three and just abolish using the 10. But it'll be interesting to see how we line up tomorrow and see if that happens. But if you've enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe and have a great day.